Hi everybody and welcome back to the Going For It Sim Studio. When I first started this challenge, for me to attempt to learn golf only inside and then go outside and break 80 for my first ever round of golf outside, one of my initiatives that I had was simply to help more people get into golf by utilizing the ease and the comfort through golf technology. So what I'm going to talk about today is how you can use aboutGOLF simulators to get into golf and completely eliminate one of those barriers, which is the intimidation factor. It's incredibly hard mentally to learn a game like golf when you have to commit yourself to going out to a golf course, doing something you've never done with people who've done it for a really long time, and having that feeling of being stared at, looked at, and judged. What you get out of a simulator is none of that. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get yourself into an aboutGOLF simulator, make your very first swings, hit those balls, get a little bit of instant gratification, and quickly catch that golf bug to get you outside, playing on the links with your friends and family, and enjoying the outdoors. All right, so this is a really exciting time for you. You're looking at doing your very first swings into the game of golf, and I can't tell you enough how fun of a journey that you're getting yourself into. Now, what's important about what we're doing today? Well, we're trying to break down the barrier of intimidation, as I said in the intro. And what an aboutGOLF simulator can do for you is get you into a sim studio similar to this, where there's absolutely nobody around. I highly recommend taking a friend or two with you that also want to try golf but have never played. I think it's important not to have anybody around you who have played the game before, just because I don't want them giving you a bunch of advice and getting into your head and making you nervous. I want you to feel as comfortable as you can inside the space. So you're going to go to aboutGOLF.com and you're going to go to the very bottom of their page and you have a sim locator there. Find an aboutGOLF simulator near you, give them a call and make a reservation. Maybe let them know, hey, I've never golfed before, I don't even have any clubs, and see if they have something for you there to use. If they don't, you're going to want to make sure you get a wedge from somebody you know who plays golf that you can borrow for a little bit. Don't worry about the length of the club or what it is. Just find some sort of high lofted wedge. If you can have a 60 degree or a 58 degree, I think that's perfect for this very first journey into the game of golf. Now, what I want to do is simplify. I want to simplify absolutely everything. The only focus you have when you get into that simulator, when we get to the driving range where we're going to go, is simply feeling this golf club striking the ball. That's it. Now, what we're going to do when you get there is you're going to ask to have them set you up on the 15-yard chipping range. It's this one right here, the chip 15, and you're not going to change anything else. You're simply going to come in here, and actually I lied, you are going to change something. Have them put you into warm-up mode, okay? What this does is it takes all the data out of it, and it simply just allows you to hit the ball. Don't worry about what you do. You don't need any equipment. You don't need a glove. You don't need special shoes. You just take that golf club that you've got and just hold it. Don't worry about what kind of grip you have or how you're holding it. You know, ideally, hold it at the bottom of the grip. Have your left hand, your lead hand. If you're a lefty, it's going to be your right hand towards the screen like that. Take your other hand and just put it down here. That's all I want you to do. When you stand at the ball, and they're going to show you where the hitting area is, all you want to do is just stand at a comfortable width with your feet. Not super wide. Even if you stand together when you're doing a chip shot like this, it's fine. And that's why we're simplifying things. It really doesn't matter what you do with your setup at this point. You do want to square the club face, and that's simply making sure this line down here is just square to where you're going. That's really all you have to do. And the fun part about a 15-yard shot is the amount of contact and power that you have to use is so minimal. You're going to get that instant gratification when you get that ball onto that green. Now, there are longer ranges, and we'll take that to the next step here in a minute, but when you first get there, just take a breath. Put the ball right in the middle of your stance, wherever you are. You know, you want to stand, the club kind of tells you how far to stand away. Like, let's just keep it basic. If you're standing way back here, you'll find quickly that when you hit, you're missing the ball a lot. If you're standing too close and you go to hit it, you'll probably miss it on the other side. So you'll take you a few and you'll get it figured out, but the whole point is like just being relaxed, having a good time. You just want to get that club head to hit that ball. So you're going to stand at it and we're going to look. It's not very far. 15 yards is what, 45 feet, right? That's not very far. So what you're gonna do when you sit up, make sure your club face is square, you're gonna look. All you're gonna do is you're gonna pull it back and push it through. That was not a whole lot of effort, and I'm 2 feet, 3 feet from the pin. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, you can do all kinds of goofy stuff with it. You know, don't do this. You don't want to take a full swing. You don't want to be back here. It's just like your putting when you went to play putt-putt when you were a kid. You're just kind of coming back, just pushing the club through. And you can hit it really short, and you say, hey, you know what? I probably need a little bit more power on that. But my club face contacted the ball, and that felt great. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to hit it here, and it's going to go that way. It's okay. The cool part about playing indoors is you're not ever going to lose a ball, and there's nobody around here to laugh or stare or get to me because I'm all by myself or with my friends. And we're going to laugh about it, and we're going to be like, oh, let's see if we could do a little bit better. So you're going to continue to do it, and we're going to hit a couple balls. And we're just going to knock a few down there. Take turns. You know, rest. Don't get too crazy with it. But you'll quickly learn that all you really have to do is make connection with the golf club. Just take it back, push it through. And you'll just keep doing that. And if you get lucky, you'll knock one in. But I'll warn you, if you knock one in, you'll get the bug. And you're going to start yourself down a very long and exciting journey of the game of golf. Because when you do put it in a cup like this, oh, you get excited. So why aren't we at a standard range just hitting balls? Because it's just more intimidation factor. You know, outside you go to a range, there's people everywhere. If you do a range indoors, yes, you lose the ability for people to look at you. But when you start doing full swings and you're not hitting the ball, you're not striking it like you want to, you almost intimidate yourself because you get frustrated that you're not hitting the ball. If you do this for your first hour, you're going to build up a lot of confidence. And then when you come back to that simulator the next day or whenever you decide to go back, work your way up. Go out to the range. Just go to the range and just hit some balls and try to work through a few more clubs and get a feel for them. Because that's the point when you get into and you decide, you know what? This is cool. Like, I'm having so much fun. I just sit here, come back, and just give it a nice little shot in there. And I go, wow, look at that. I'm 3 feet from the pin. I could putt that in. That's awesome. You know, that's the kind of excitement that gets you into this game. And then when you're going to decide that you're in there and you go to the front desk of the sim and you see the lessons flyer and you're like, hey, I want to sign up for lessons. That's when you get to start worrying about the mechanics of the golf swing and how your body moves and how you start to build some consistency. Now, once you get here and you decide, hey, I'm getting really bored. I've hit to 15 feet so many times. I feel good about how the club's moving and what it feels like to connect the club to the golf ball. You're just going to go back to your ranges, scroll back to where you were, and go to the chip 40 yards. I'm going to make it a little longer. You're going to have to hit the ball a little harder. Same exact motion. Don't worry about anything. Do put it into practice mode just to eliminate all the data. And now we have a little bit bigger of a ditch to get over. And the first thing you're going to do is you'll probably come up and you'll hit the exact same shot you did before, and it's going to go in the ditch. And that's okay. Because now you know, hey, I got 40 yards, you know, not 15. We got to hit it a little harder. And it's going to become a little bit more difficult. You're moving the club a lot more. So the accuracy is going to go down pretty significantly. But you just continue to do what you're doing and just keep getting that ball up there. See, I'm still 16, 15 feet away. You know, I'm not even there yet. But then you're going to build that up and go, wow, I can hit it that far, that close to the hole. Like, that's really cool. And again, you start to get that itch, and it gets really cool and exciting. And then you move on. You keep doing this, and you just get a feel for the game of golf. Now, where you're going to score the most when you go outside is your short game. So if you build a foundation around feeling that club here, you're going to get outside and feel a lot more comfortable when you do get good enough to get the ball around the green, to get it on the green and putt it in that hole. So again, just a quick summary. You're going to start the game of golf, and it's awesome. It's intimidating, and it can be really scary. But when you're inside of a simulator, that all goes away. And the only person that's going to say anything about your shots is yourself. And if you surround yourself around a crew that's positive and motivating, you're just going to enjoy the game that much more. Then, when you do decide to go outside to a course, you're gonna have a little bit of confidence because, hey, you've done this before. You've made contact with the ball. You understand where that club face is gonna come in and how it's gonna strike the ball. And I would honestly say, do the exact same thing you're doing here at a golf course before you hit the driving range and before you go play around. Because what's really important is that you're making contact with the ball. You're able to kind of get some satisfaction of where that ball's going, try to get one in the cup to get that smile and to catch that bug. And then go find that buddy that's played golf that you've known about forever and ask him, say, hey, can I come along? That's where you're gonna start your journey into lessons, into being able to play a round of 18, but understanding what a golf ball feels like off the club face, to be able to do something like this really kind of gets that motor started. Find an About Golf simulator near you and start that journey, and then comment below how it went. I wanna know what your experience was like. I wanna know what you felt and what you thought after you spent an hour or two doing a couple chip shots, and what your plans are for your journey in the game of golf. Please like, follow, and subscribe. I'm gonna continue trying my best to put out content to get more people to comfortably learn the game of golf much more conveniently. See you next time.